When they ran in Makitas, everybody already knew for a fact that it was going down and it was finna be over with because they had the Drake already out when they was hopping out the car, running to the door. Everybody sat there and saw that glass on the ground. And people sit there and said, like, why was he even sitting right there, like leaning out the window? He was leaning out the window so that he can get a better aim, man. I want y'all to know that the first 2 shots that came from out that white car that went into that door, that was the first 2 shots that went right past Marcus Thornton. And from what everybody not talking about, people need to realize that Marcus Thornton, he got grazed, man. He got grazed by one of the shells, man. And the other one hit Young Dolph, man. I want y'all to really look at it. It was a lot of things moved in Makitas, moved around. They didn't want to tell people that they took stuff out to the back and put it in the car. I want y'all to understand they had to leave with some of that stuff in there because they said that it was a struggle when all this went down. Like, really? It was a struggle? I want y'all to really look at it, man. And we all know for a fact that if we in the streets and we real life going places, trusting people, like, everybody is not trustworthy, man, at the end of the day. And I know a lot of people get lined up because they trust certain people. You have to really be cautious about the people you keep around in the company you keep. I want y'all to understand that is not a person telling y'all do this, do that. No, it's just awareness. Raven, Nano One, Trigger Trey, and Trula Mafia, they've been quiet for a long time. And everybody know for a fact, only person that's going to go quiet is the people who had something to do with whatever thing happened. I want y'all to understand this is something that we need to realize and open our eyes to the fact that this is a revolving door and this could have happened to anybody. We know for a fact that everybody who ran up in that cookie shop, they knew the people in the cookie shop already was waiting on them to even run up in there. I want y'all to really look at this because this is something that could have happened to Key Glock or a Big Moochie Grape, like, at any day before that happened to Dolph. They knew when Young Dolph got off that plane. They knew Young Dolph was real live, riding around the city by himself. Only people who knew that he was by himself was Big Moochie Grape, Key Glock, and you got to understand, Big Jook, they already got informants working in PRE that basically let them know every move that they make. I want y'all to really look at this and take heed to this. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications, and share this video. Young Dolph, I think one thing that he made a mistake by doing was going publicly and basically saying how he made it to the top by himself when he know for a fact that the questions they was asking him was to start the beef between Yo Gotti and PRE. Yo Gotti, he already knew for a fact that Young Dolph wouldn't go out there and say that he didn't help him at all. He didn't even give him a footstool to get where he at. When we know for a fact, in all actual reality, Young Dolph was opening up for Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti changed his whole label from Cocaine Music into, you feel me, CMG. You feel me? Without the cocaine. You feel me? Creative Music Group. I want y'all to really look at this because Young Dolph, he knew Key Glock was going to take his side regardless if he right or wrong. The 2 people who got shot up in Yo Gotti's restaurant when they were just attending right after they paid $100 for steaks, I want you guys to really pay attention to it because these people's parents are pressing charges due to the fact that this happened inside the restaurants, which makes the restaurant liable for everything that went on inside of it. If it would have happened off the premises, in the parking lot, or on the side and the back, then the parents cannot file legal or basically pursue with legal document. They can't press forward for it. Like, I want y'all to really pay attention to it. I don't know if I said it right, but at the same time, they can't proceed with the whole process because we know for a fact if it happened off the premises, it's not going to be nobody liable for what happened. So this could have been a hit and run. This could have been a drive bash or anything. So I want to let you guys know that it's sad that this had to come to this because too many people got lost behind this. And I know Yo Gotti, he's the main one sitting back with Angela Simmons, and basically they doing their thing. They still making their music. They still promoting their shows. I want you to know, when you own a label, the people under you, they're your protection, and you can't be out there on the foreground doing nothing because you have a whole company that's in stake. Angela Simmons told Yo Gotti, you need to keep Moneybagg Yo and Blac Youngsta as far away from our family as possible, because we know for a fact that them will be the ones who get Yo Gotti took down in this whole case. Blac Youngsta was a store runner before he became the assistant of CMG. And I want everybody to know the face of CMG is not Yo Gotti, because it's Moneybagg Yo. Moneybagg Yo made the most money within the last 5 years than Yo Gotti, and Jay-Z can vouch for that. MPD, the police guy that was standing in the front, the light-skinned dude who was right there watching them escort young Dolph to the ambulance. He is the main one who stated that they rolled past twice. And when I say they, straight drop Cornelius Smith, and you have to understand, they said Big Moochie Grape, he rolled past one time, and Big Juke was right behind straight drop. I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on, because it's sad that they even had to hop out that car and run down on him like that. They got young Dolph like in the way that a person to do if they sat there and watched that man for weeks. If you sit there and watch somebody for weeks and months, you'll be able to get the drop without people even dropping the location. And people will sit right there and look at it like, hold on, this was like, it was strategically did. That's why they said Big Juke, the money that he put up, this money had to count. Key Glock detached itself from Blac Youngsta for a reason. They was hanging around with each other for a while, and people don't really pay attention to this, man. We all know for a fact that it's sad that this type of stuff have to happen, but in all actual reality, people was walking around with their shirts off, man. They had their shirt off, man, so they identified the man. Where's the rest of the footage? And this is what everybody in PRE is saying. Castelia Apartments, everybody that young Dolph took care of in there, them people looking at it like, hold on, man. Bring Dolph back, man. Bring Dolph back. And I want to give a moment of silence for young Dolph, man, because this is sad, man. In all actual reality, throw them PREs down in the comment section. They put Yo Gotti up on the chopping block, because now when they do go to court, who you think Big Juke gonna say gave him the money to basically fund the beef between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, which is his brother? I want y'all to really look at this. And Marcus Thorne, he's one of the testifying witnesses who's going back and forth to court, basically, to get justice for Young Dolph. A lot of people who was in Young Dolph's corner when he had the money and he was still here with us, they're not around. It's only 4 people that show up to court every time it's a hearing. Blac Youngsta made a lot of decisions which led the whole CMG being indicted. And when I say indicted, don't look at it as far as they already locked up. No, they're indicted as far as on the case of what happened to Young Dolph when he got sent up at Cookie Shop. I want everybody to look at what's going on, because Big Juke, he's in the middle of all of it, because he was the one who dispensed all of the money. They lined them boys up like ducks, and they caught every last one of them. Y'all got to look at the CMG Rico indictment. It's like 13 people involved in that. Everybody name up in the docket. And I know for a fact that when you going against the defendant, whoever the plaintiff is, which is like Young Dolph and his whole communion, his whole family, his whole establishment, his girl, like we got to really pay attention to this, man. We got to send our condolences to his whole establishment, man. At the end of the day, I want y'all to really look at it. Hit the like button if you rocking with the content. If you rocking with the channel, let me know about it.